Hello and welcome again. I wanted to do a quick video on XCOM 2, The Terror from the Deep, which is the sequel to the original XCOM game, and it's very much a similar looking game, and well, mechanically as well, same kind of game. And many people say it is basically a mod to the original, as it only changes the looks of some of the things and changes the aliens a bit and tech tree, and it is pretty much the same game, but a bit changed. It is one of my all-time favorites of any strategy game ever made, pretty much. Well, partly that's probably because of nostalgia, but it is also a really damn good game. But I know that the fact that I have the nostalgia, I did play it back in the day, allows me to actually play it, and it's kind of difficult for people who didn't play it in the back in the day there to get now into the game. And I wouldn't recommend this game normally to anyone really, unless you're a really hardcore strategy gamer and really wanna explore the origins of some older strategy games. But now that the game is actually supporting, or the OpenXcom team has made a OpenXcom version of the Terror from the Deep, and you can actually run it on modern PCs decently enough. You don't need a DOS box or anything to run it, and you can also add some modding content to it now. You can also change the graphics and also zoom in and zoom out and do all kinds of various settings. I think it's now much more approachable to other people as well, and now I would recommend it to people. So let's take a quick look at the game and how it looks. So let me get that way. So this is how the game normally looks, and this is the tactical battlescape of the game, where you fight the aliens underwater, as Terror from the Deep kind of hints you are under the water. And as such, the game looks as it is made in 95 or 96. So it looks very dated this way and very pixely. Although I love these graphics because, of course, the nostalgia, and this is how it looked back in the day. And this is the reason why you can now play it, even if you don't have the nostalgia. So with the OpenXcom, there is a lot of new options in the video settings and advanced settings. You can change a lot of things of the game. But this geoscape scale and the battlescape scale and also the resolution changes are what makes this playable. So I've been playing the game on a half display because I'm playing it in the window screen, and changing this changes immediately how the game looks. Gone is the pixely graphic. It is still there, but it's scaled, and I think this makes it much more playable. It almost brings the game to the same graphical level of Xenonauts, another XCOM-like game that was recently released. Of course, it definitely is older, but this makes it so much more playable. Also, OpenXcom fixes a multitude of bugs with the game. There used to be a really annoying bugs like in the research tree that could basically end your game because you were stuck and couldn't finish the game because you couldn't research some of the text in there. But this is basically how the game looks and how you play the tactical part of the game. So there's multiple levels in there. This is one of the alien UFOs, one of the bigger ones. And here are some aliens, which are actually currently mind controlled by me. And you have time units, you have different stats, armor, time units, energy, health, and all these information about the characters. And you also have their inventory system here, which is also coming back in the new XCOM 2. And even though we have these new XCOM and the upcoming new XCOM 2, it is still worth coming back to these games, in my opinion, as well. Firstly, they are really cheap, especially during a Steam sale. You can grab them for basically a couple pennies, the first game and this game. But it's also really nice to see the origins, where the whole game series and the strategy games in general, these turn-based amazing strategy games, came from. And I think the game still holds value as a strategy game because it is so well done. It still has that tactical layer of strategy and all the combat mechanics that are really interesting, and they do pose a challenge. This game is notoriously really difficult, and a lot of people have tried the game and just gave up because it is so damn difficult. But I wouldn't be put off by that, because challenge is always nice as well to have. So let me show you basically a couple of the mechanics here So here's your shooting, as usual. You can shoot that lobsterman there, which didn't die. Lobstermen are one of the stronger aliens in this game. I'm just shooting in the back here. I have some better armors that allow me to fly underwater, basically swim. Normally you cannot. There we go. Kill that. And as in always in XCOM games, your point is to just clear the aliens, capture the UFO, shoot them down, and clear them out. There's some, you can see some damage there, explode the engines. But anyways, this is basically the battle part. Let me load up another game here. There's my save. So this is the Geoscape. If you played the newer XCOMs, you remember the globe-looking thing. This is where it comes from. So the original XCOMs, this one and the UFO defense have this as well. And then this is where it comes from. I have some bases around the planet. So this one actually allows you to build multiple bases. And here is my bases. Also the base building comes from this one. So you have different buildings, sub-bends. And this one actually allows you to build 8 bases around the world. Actually, you might be able to do even more than that. But anyways, and you have radar ranges. These are actually not shown in the original game. The open version gives you this additional information. And here you see UFOs flying around. Like this is one of the UFOs that I have shot down. That's my ship there flying, my troop transport, and you have different kinds of other ships as well. Very similar as other XCOM games. So base building actually is quite fun in this one. You build facilities, and actually this layout of your base actually affects the tactical maps. So if an alien attacks your base, you will actually use this layout as the battlescape. So this one would be a really small map, just a sub-ben, airlock, and this is where the aliens come in, and then your guys would be spread out in these 3 locations. Or if it's bigger than like this, then you have a lot more space to fight in. And also you can build these like a choke points, since they come only from the sub-bens and airlocks. It means they only come from here, and you can kind of choke point them in here. So actually, even planning your base has some tactical value in this one. And here's your aquanauts, basically your soldiers, all the information about them. And you can equip your submarines. So here's one of my fighter subs. And here's my sonic weaponry on that. Let me get my Triton back home so I can show that as well. So here's my Triton, so you can choose which crew is in there. You can put different equipment on the ship, and when the battle starts, you can always equip your guys with the gear. And OpenXcom actually makes this much better. In normal game, you just equip the sub and you go to the mission. You have to equip them every time with different gear, but with the OpenXcom it actually remembers, and you can also make layouts or how the inventory goes, so you can quickly change the inventory or just keep it as it is from mission to mission, which helps a lot. Reduces a lot of tedium from the game. Anyways, and you can also equip armors. Research, you have a lot of different researches. There's a lot of endgame research here and lots of aliens researching. You can select how much scientists you want to add to those. You can buy scientists in this one and technicians, as long as you have money and living space and lab and workshop space as well. So you can just get as much scientists as possible for as quick research as possible. And once you research things, you can actually manufacture them. I'm actually producing some magnetic ion armors at the moment, which is the best armor in the game. And you can see how much technicians you have, how many we are making, and how many we have done out of those, how much they cost, and how many days it takes to make them. They also have a different material costs, like this one costs aquaplastics. So that's the manufacturing part of the game. You can transfer between the bases, which comes handy, especially if these are like this base is basically only for the radar and the subs and stuff like that. You transfer possibly fuel there and ammunition if you're using ships and weapons that require those, instead of buying or building them in that base. So you can, for example, build them here and send them to the other base. And here's the purchase hire personnel and gear. So you can actually buy different gear and use them as you want. There's a lot of, these are all early game weapons, of course. You get the better weapons from aliens and from making them yourself. And there's a lots of different bullets, like this Hydra jet cannon has just a normal armor piercing, high explosive and phosphorus ammunition, so there's different ammos you can use for weapons, and some grenades and tasers and flares, and also dye grenades, which are basically a smoke grenade but underwater. And that's actually a big part of the tactical gameplay as well. These actually have really important role in there, because it is damn dark underwater, especially during night, so having chemical flares is extremely important, and also the dye grenades help a ton to conceal your people, so the aliens actually cannot shoot you. And people complaining about the game's difficulty, they just have to up their game and think more strategically and actually use the given tools to survive better. The game is hard. It is definitely a difficult game, like many older games are, but it's not totally unforgiving and brutal, as long as you carefully plan your tactics and use the given mechanics and tools. And you can also sell and sack pretty much everything, and this is one of the really good ways of making money, just selling all the loot. Like I have just stupid amount of money at the moment, and I can still sell just a ton of garbage. But anyways, that's basically the base management part of the game. Really nice. And you also have graphical information about alien activity in different areas. You see also XCOM activity, sorry, that's in the zones, and the XCOM activity in those zones as well. And here's your income based on regions. Asian Coalition left the XCOM project, signed up with the aliens, and you can also see how you are doing, how your score is doing monthly, which affect your finances and all these other informations as well. So that's basically a quick look into this game. And as I said, I wouldn't normally recommend this, even though it is one of my favorites and an amazing strategy game. I haven't played the game myself for ages as well, because it does run pretty badly on modern PCs, and it has those bugs and issues, and you have to use the DOS box, and it's just tedious. But now with the OpenXcom, you can really easily play the game. Just grab this and the original game from Steam, run the launcher from the OpenXcom site, which I will be linking under the video, and then just get going and adjust some settings and go. And it runs really well, even on modern PCs, and it's super fun. So I highly recommend this for everyone who is a fan of strategy games, and especially some older strategy games and difficult strategy games. Even though it looks very dated and old, it is an amazing piece of coding, I guess. But anyways, that's my look into this one. I highly recommend checking it out, especially during a Steam sale. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.